Coming to you live from Meade Park, Ian Nicholas, Dylan Pescatore, and the rest of the NCTV crew bringing you the live action of a good old rivalry game. The new Canaan Rams play host the Darien Blue Wave. The Rams 7-5, coming off a couple of losses last week to Brian McMahon in Greenwich. Meanwhile, Darien Blue Wave having a down year, just 2-10, but picked up their second win of the season yesterday at home up against the Harding Presidents, 20-2. We're about to get this one kicked off in just a few moments. It's Youth Day here from Meade Park, so a couple of the youth players will be singing the national anthem. So we'll have that for you, and then we will have the game. New Canaan, Darien, Dylan, it's always something that you want to be a part of as an athlete in either of these towns. And although the record might not be great for Darien, they can score a lot of runs, and this game could be a lot closer than, the metrics could suggest.
Absolutely, and when you think of rivalries, really you could throw out the records because each team just wants to go after it, and rivalries don't really mean anything. They could be 2-10, they could be 10-2. It doesn't mean much. Both teams have an equal slate. It's here at Meade Park. It's a great game, and especially, as you mentioned yesterday, Darien's big 20-2 win over Harding. We saw they could score. Offense means a lot, especially after the Rams only mustered up 2 hits in their last game against Greenwich. So we'll see if they can bounce back today.
And both those hits were really meaningless ones, coming in the bottom of the 7th inning in a 6-1 loss to one of the top teams in the FCAC late last week on Friday, the Greenwich Cardinals, coached by a former New Canaan assistant, Adrian Arango. Starting for New Canaan on the mound today will be Tristan Pearl. Their junior has a 2-2 record as a starter this year. He last started up against Brian McMahon on the road last Thursday. He gave up 5 runs in 2 innings before being pulled for Joey Sinatra, and he'll look to rebound here and start number 5 on the season. Meanwhile, Darien, their first 3 batters in the lineup will be Jake Horowitz, Andre Briganti, and number 3, Frank Droog. So those are the 3 guys we'll see at the plate to start for Darien. And again, Tristan Pearl pitching here on Youth Day from Meade Park. We are in the last week of the FCAC season. A week from today, both of these teams will wrap up their regular seasons, and we will be well on our way to the FCAC tournament, which starts next Friday. Can't wait for that to begin, as 16 teams from the FCAC will be playing in the tournament. An expanded look, expanded field. Dylan, we could see some upsets. What do you feel about the fact that instead of the normal 8 teams getting into the FCAC tournament for baseball, we're going to see 16?
Yeah, it's so interesting because baseball is such a sport where, any team can beat a team on any certain day. There's never really a favorite, even with Staples. I mean, we've seen them dominate the FCAC for years, and now they have at least 2 losses on the season. And they lost to Greenwich. They lost to last week, the day after they played New Canaan, and then they lost to Fairfield Ward over the weekend, I think in 11 innings. So that was also a great game. So really there's no favorite. I think there's going to be a lot of upsets, and, if you have your best pitcher on the mound, you get some timely hits, that's how wins happen.
Yep, both teams, New Canaan and Darien, starting their aces today. It's going to be Tristan Pearl for New Canaan. It will be Carson Drake, the senior, who will be starting for Darien, a 3-sport athlete, also a phenomenal basketball and football player at Darien High, and he will be starting on the mound in the bottom of the 1st. Again, just a few moments away from this game kicking off. Youth Day here from New Canaan, so a lot of fans gathering outside the fence. Excited to see Coach Anthony Bloss's program continue to make leaps and bounds with the 7-5 record this year. 3rd place right now in the FCAC East Division, looking to make some noise in the postseason. Meanwhile, Darien, led by veteran head coach Mike Scott, who's been here for 13 seasons. And before this year, really, was on a really great run with this program. From 2015 to 2019, 4 straight seasons of at least 12 or more regular season wins, including 2 FCAC championships. 2016 and 2018, the most recent title win for them in the FCACs was up against Staples. So this is a program that can win and has won. This year, though, just 2 wins. The Harding win yesterday, and they beat Greenwich earlier in the year. Albeit Greenwich did have a lot of COVID problems then, so not fielding a full team, but still an impressive win nonetheless. Coach Anthony Bloss and Coach Mike Scott meet with the umpires to discuss, I believe, the ground rules just for clarification. And after that, we will be rolling here from Meade Park. Thanks so much for joining us, and make sure you like and subscribe to get more New Canaan baseball action throughout the rest of this season. right, we are ready for some baseball here from Mead Park. Ian Nicholas, Dylan Pescatore, the rest of the NCTV crew bringing the live action, the rivalry game. Throw the records out the window, although you can see them on our scorebug when we put them up in a second. Tristan Pearl will get to start on the mound for New Canaan, looking to pick up win number 3 for the Rams when he starts. Might not be surprising if we see Matt Balkin close out this game. That duo has been very good this year, picking up wins up against Stanford and New Canaan's biggest win on the year, their win right here up against Trumbull. Catching for the Rams, as always, will be their superstar and the third man in the order, Zach Rampin, number 5. And again, batting first for Darien, number 10, Jake Horowitz. The shortstop and senior of this Darien team. Darien's got 4 captains. Horowitz is not one of them. Andre Bergranti, Ryan Yusko, Carson Kelly, and Tommy Bach make up the senior captain leadership of this Darien team. So let's see how it shakes up in the middle of warm-ups here. Talking to a few players on the team, describing Pearl as a lefty, Dylan, who throws moderate pitches, has a really good curveball. Would you say that's a fair assessment of Tristan and how his game has developed up to this point as a junior?
Very much so, Ian. You know, I caught him junior year. JV, I had him, so he was a sophomore at the time. And I'll tell you this, his curveball is very hard to catch. I had to make sure I was getting down in the dirt, and hitters will definitely chase it. It has a very high spin rate. It moves very well. A lot of vertical movement, so he should get him down. He just has to control his fastball. I think he's sitting right now about high 70s, maybe he can hit 81, 82. That's perfectly fine. It's not like he's overpowering guys, but when you're not doing that, you just make sure you control the zone and throw strikes.
Defensively for New Canaan today, they'll have Henry Cannon on first base, Alex Benevento on second, Jack O'Donnell on third, Cleat Wheeler at short. And in the outfield, we'll have Andrew Rashad in left field, Matt Balkin in the middle, in center field, and Danny Rogers playing in right field. We're ready to get it going. Jake Horowitz, the righty batter, going to get things going for this Darien team that can score, but they do have troubles with a very young team. Coming to you from the bottom of the first inning here at NCTV, a scoreless game as Darien cycled through just 4 batters and really just no success on the offensive end. Now New Canaan looking to make their impact at the plate. Alex Benevento, the leadoff hitter all season for New Canaan.
I can do it.
He's been the leadoff hitter all year for New Canaan, only a freshman. So Carson Drake and company will meet at the mound to discuss the strategy. Benevento loves his homecoming walk-up song. Let's see, at home on youth night, if he can put the bat in the ball and make a play. Dylan, what were your impressions defensively from the Rams in that inning?
It was good. I mean, fly ball, line out, and then a strikeout. So not much defensive work needed for the Rams, where they have had some struggles defensively, making plays in the field, and just like last game against Greenwich.
Drake deals that one way too high, and a ball to Alex Benevento. He'll go up 1-0.
Feels going to be very important for whatever team scores first. Just get that momentum and just get it going.
Especially in a game where the emotions are high. Drake deals. Benevento gets out of the way, and another ball thrown by Drake. Benevento goes up 2-0 in the count. We're going to put a runner on base for New Canaan and start the bottom of the first off right. Drake winds up on the 2-0. Benevento takes a strike, and 2-1 now. Found the inside there was Drake. Drake deals. Benevento at his face. He's saying to the umpire that it got his left elbow. Says no. He goes up 3-1. Let's see if he takes a stab at this one. Drake deals him a 3-1. Benevento takes a strike, and the count is now full. What do you think Benevento will do here?
Yeah, you just got to win a battle, foul it off, do whatever you can. But Drake looks like he's living at the top of the zone here.
On the full count, Benevento, that time he's hit by pitch, and he will get on base. Drake a little bit wild to start this game off, and Matt Balkin, the lefty, now up to bat for New Canaan.
Before our first hit, we get 2 hit by pitchers so far, so no love lost between these two teams.
No. Let's hope the emotions don't boil over at some point, but it just seems like friendly competition up till now. Benevento hit by pitch. He has a lead off of first. Drake deals to Balkin. Balkin takes a strike, goes down 0-1. Takes strike 1. Drake stares down his catcher, Ryan Yusko. On the 0-1, Balkin takes a stab at it, hops up to the shortstop, and it goes past him. Benevento's racing to third, and he will get there as he slides safely. Benevento to third and Balkin the first. An error from the shortstop, the second baseman, Trey Cahill. That was a tough ball for Darien right there on the error.
It looked like a surefire double play ball right to him, right? And then just went off his glove, and great heads-up base running by Benevento. He never stopped around second base, got to third with ease. Now it's first and third, and it puts New Canaan in a great spot because Matt Balk is either going to steal, and the catcher has to make a decision. Will he throw down and risk Benevento coming home, or will he just get second base easily?
Zach Rampin, the star hitter in this lineup, and he ducks at that one. He'll go up 1-0 in the count. As you mentioned, Drake's been living high up in that zone, a little too high. Yusko couldn't get there. Runner on third, it's Alex Benevento. And the Rams' best hitter, Zach Rampin, at the plate. A dream situation here. That one too low. He goes up 2-0. He'll definitely put this one up in the air. It's just a matter of when. Runner on first is Matt Balkin off the error from Cahill. He got on base, and Benevento advanced from first to third. Here's the 2-0. Checks his swing, and another ball called. So he's up 3-0 in the count. Zach Rampin looking to do some damage here from Meade. We know he can take it yard. Let's not get too ahead of ourselves, though. But he's in the driver's seat. On a 3-0, way too outside. He walks. The base is loaded for the Rams. And up to hit is Cleat Wheeler, senior captain. Big spot for Cleat to make a play here.
Very big. He didn't have the best of games last week against Greenwich. Looking to make up for it now against Darien. And Drake looks all over the place. After 4 straight balls, I take a strike here.
And he's hit by pitch. And that's going to drive in a run for the Rams. You mentioned it. He's been all over the place. Alex Benevento will score. The Rams go up 1-0. He got hit by pitch to get on base. Benevento did. And then Cleat Wheeler got hit by pitch to drive in the run. The base is still loaded. No outs for Darien. And already Coach Mike Scott on the mound. Or Darien's pitching coach, not sure. He will join Drake and Yusko to try to talk over some of these problems. But, Dylan, Drake's in a tough spot right now.
Yeah, I mean, we have our first run of the game, and there hasn't even been a hit yet.
No.
I mean, Balkan put the ball in play. Benevento walked, then 2 straight hit by pitches. You definitely need to talk with Drake right here, get his mind right, get the ball back in the zone. You got some big hitters coming up. You got JOD here. You got Rashad and Cannon in the hole. So, you know, it's going to be a tough situation for Drake to get out of it. He needs at least a strikeout here, and then you have to figure out with 1 out, you know, ground ball, bring the infield in. But it doesn't seem like Darien's bringing the infield in, so any type of contact except to the pitcher will bring a run in.
Carson Drake will stay on the mound after hitting Cleat Wheeler and driving in the run for Alex Benevento. Jack O'Donnell is going to get a ball there as Drake cannot find the strike zone. O'Donnell goes up 1-0. Bases loaded for the Rams. Balkan on third, Rampant on second, Wheeler on first. Drake winds up on the 1-0. That one high again.
Yeah, Drake's absolutely lost right here. You got to take as many balls as you can if you're JOD here. Make him throw a strike to you. Can't find the zone right now.
O'Donnell up 2-0 in the count. And he's hit by a pitch.
This is ridiculous.
He will walk. That one in the back. Well said, Dylan. There's really not much more you can say. Matt Balkan scores as Drake hits back-to-back batters. And the Rams
back-to-back.
Back-to-back-to-back. Rampant, too.
Rampant was a walk. That's on me. But
hit Benevento to start, and then the last 2, Wheeler and
3 hit by pitches
O'Donnell,
in the first
and they're
inning.
already going to send number 8 to the bullpen. That will be Adam McDonald, the junior. So we could see an early exit for Carson Drake.
Nightmare start here from Drake.
Andrew Rashad. That one inside, but they call it a strike. Rashad goes down 0-1. Base is still loaded. Rampant on third. Wheeler on second. He got there, hit by pitch. O'Donnell on first. He got there, hit by pitch. Drake deals, fouling it up. Andrew Rashad evens out the count at 1-1. What a crazy game here from Meade. New Canaan's gone up 2-0, and they haven't even gotten a hit.
And they haven't even made it out yet either.
It's going to be a long inning for Darien. This one put in play by Rashad. It bounces to the shortstop. He makes the play at second, looking for the double play, and they will not get it. So the run will score for New Canaan. Zach Rampant scores off the RBI from Andrew Rashad. New Canaan's now up 3-0, and finally they get their first hit of the afternoon.
Fielder's choice,
Fielder's
Ian.
choice, excuse me.
So get the out at second. It was good by Andrew because 0-2 count. You just want to put the ball in play, and Darien wasn't. They didn't have the infield in, so anything would have brought the run home. Did the job. Now runners on first and third with 1 out, and we have to see if Coach Bloss wants to send the runner from first.
So the lefty batter, Henry Cannon, senior captain, up to bat. Runners on first and third. He takes the ball to start this at bat. Goes up 1-0.
Here's the situation. So you have first and third, and right now you're in a double play situation. Henry, not the fastest runner, so a double play candidate for sure. Mm-hmm. Andrew, pretty good speed, I'd say.
Great speed.
You want to see if you can send the runner here, maybe get 2 in scoring position rather than just 1 at third base.
Cannon takes another ball. Good take from him. Good at-bat for the senior captain. Again, runners on first and third. The runner on third is Cleat Wheeler. Doesn't swing again. And wise decision. He's in the driver's seat up 3-0.
Yeah, even after this walk, maybe this is his last batter, but McDonald's warming up now. He's a lefty, opposite of Drake, but it's just a matter of time until you got to pull the plug here.
Drake deals on the 3-0, and Cannon walks, so the base is loaded once again for New Canaan, and here comes on Luke Hickey. The DH in this order also plays a little bit of outfield. Let's see if Hickey can drive in a runner. Heck, if he gets hit by pitch, Drake is giving him out right now. Yeah,
and still with Darien, they're not playing the infield in, which is very concerning. 3 runs is a lot. I mean, we know their offense is very potent, and they can score a lot of runs, but still, 3 runs in the first inning is a lot. And I would bring the infield in here just to cut the run off at home, but they're looking for the double play.
Hickey fouls it up to start the at-bat, so he's down 0-1 to Drake. Drake, no strikeouts. He puts this one down the left field line, and they're going to say it counts. It scores 1, Cleat Wheeler. It scores 2. It could score 3. Cannon's going to run home. Luke Hickey hit the 3-run double. A strike down the left field line, the biggest hit of his varsity career, and the Rams are up 6-0.
The first hit of the game, just inside the third base line. Hit the chalk. That time the chalk went up. Some Darien players thinking that it went foul, but it went right into that corner, right where the trees are, somehow still in fair play, and everyone got to score. Great base running by all Rams players, including Henry Cannon. Got a great jump. Luke Hickey did what he did. He puts the ball in play. It wasn't the hardest hit ball. He didn't, hit it right on the barrel, but did his job, and this might be the end of the day for Drake.
No, he will stay out on the mound. A 3-run double from Luke Hickey. Anthony Bloss sending the troops home, sending 3 senior captains home. Cleat Wheeler, Jack O'Donnell, and Henry Cannon score. All the senior captains having an impact. Andrew Rashad, off the fielder's choice, drove in a run for Zach Rampin. The Rams up 6-0. Unbelievable. As the bottom man in the order, Danny Rogers, the lefty, up to bat. 1 out. That one high. Rogers gets a ball, goes up 1-0. No runners left on base. Hickey on second for New Canaan.
Yeah, I would. This would be the last batter for Drake. If you can't get Rogers here, you have to bring in McDonald.
He checks his swing. Rogers does. Gets a ball. Now he's up 2-0. Drake, no momentum. Darien's ace struggling mightily against rival New Canaan right now. Drake looks back at second, deals in a 2-0. And finds the outside corner. 2-1. New Canaan will go back to the top of the order with Alex Benevento, regardless of what Rogers does here, as only 1 out and 6 runs to show. Rogers takes a hack at it, pops up in the middle to the shortstop, and he will make the play over at first. The play was made by Jake Horowitz, who slung it over to Drugi at first. So Darien gets their second out. Drake will stay on the mound as Alex Benevento, who was hit by pitch at his first at-bat of his game, will go right back up with 2 outs for the Rams. It's a much different game than it was when Benevento came around the first time.
100%, and that was a really good play by Horowitz. He came in, barehanded it, and got over to first to get the speedy Rogers. It was a very nice play.
Benevento puts it up. It's bobbled by Horowitz, and that is going to drive in a run. 7 runs, and it's going to be Bach who bobbled it. And Luke Hickey, who scores. Benevento safe on first. And a nightmare inning won't over. The nightmare inning won't end as the Rams go up 7-0. At this point, it's who hasn't scored in the lineup for New Canaan.
It's a good point, Ian. We've had 10 batters up. We've had 7 score and 1 still on base.
Everyone outside of Rogers and who was the one? And Balkan didn't score for New Canaan. Unbelievable. Matt Balkan up at the plate now.
It's J.O.D. who didn't score.
J.O.D. who didn't
He got
score.
caught up at second on the fielder's choice.
So O'Donnell and Rogers, the only 2 men in the order for New Canaan who have yet to score. Yusko makes the throw, and safe at second is Alex Benevento. He steals second. And not sure if it was a ball or a strike. But it is 1-2 in the count to Matt Balkan right now. Drake deals in the 1-2. Balkan takes a ball. Benevento on second, 2 outs. He just stole second.
No letting up for Coach Bloss. Up 7-0 in the first. Still stealing bases, still taking bags. He's not letting this one go away.
He kind of a check swing, and it makes it out of the infield. Benevento advances to third, and Balkan gets his first base hit of the day.
Yeah, put it in the right position, went to the opposite field, just tapped it over there and found some grass, found some open dirt. So now first and third, and you got your big boy up now.
New Canaan all smiles in his dugout, and why shouldn't they be? Zach Rampin, who was hit by pitch at his first at-bat, which made the bases loaded for the first time this game. He is back up. Benevento on third, Balkan on first. The Rams not done yet with 2 outs. as Rampin takes a ball there, goes up 1-0. We've heard about the Darien offense being hot, but it's been New Canaan with the hot offense, but really they benefited from Drake's wild pitching. That one will go foul down the first base line. So he evens out the count at 1-1, Rampin does. New Canaan 7-0 lead in the rivalry game, looking to pick up their 8th win on the year. They've dropped back-to-back against McMahon and Greenwich. Drake deals, Rampin fouls it off the top of the dugout. Goes down 1-2. This would be Drake's first strikeout if he gets it. Rampin looking to score Alex Benevento over on third base. Balkin over on first. Drake winds up 1-2, too high. Rampin ducks, evens out the count at 2-2 on that ball.
If there hasn't been a backbreaker already, Zach could definitely put the nail in the coffin here, and it's only even the first inning.
Drake deals, Cannon swings it, and nearly got Danny Rogers. Rampin putting his teammates on alert right now as he stays alive on the 2-2.
And Balkin was on the move there, trying to steal a base, maybe a little hit-and-run situation.
He's on first. Benevento's on third. Benevento looking to score his second run of the day.
Of the inning as well.
Of the inning. Only 2 hits all game for New Canaan and 1 score on Friday. Much different game here today. Drake deals, whacking it to the third baseman, looking to make the play at first. Rampin looking to beat it, which he does not. And Alex Benevento does not score. So leaving runners stranded on third and first as Rampin grounds out to third. That's going to end a wild inning from Meade. New Canaan up 7-0 in this rivalry game against Darien. Ian Nicholas and Dylan Pescatore will be back at the top of the second. Let's see if the Blue Wave have any fight left in them in the early going. Back here from the top of the second. Man batting for Darien, 5th man in the order, Tommy Bach. He's up 1-0 in the count. Tristan Pearl deals that one. Bach fouls it back, evened up at 1-1. Crazy first inning, Dylan. You seen anything like that in a while? New Canaan only need 2 hits to score 7 runs.
Ian, they had 2 hits last game against Greenwich, and they got absolutely dominated. 1 run. Now they get 2 hits, 7 runs, thanks to Drake with the 3 hit by pitches, a walk in there as well, and then a few errors by the Darien defense. So putting the ball in play scores runs, and you know when you test the Darien defense, they just didn't show up to play, and neither did Drake. So it's 7-0, and now with Tristan Pearl, it's all about throwing strikes and just putting the ball in the zone, no free passes.
Bach fighting on this at bat. Ball evens it up at 2-2. Pearl looking to pick up his second strikeout today. Allowed no hits in the top of the first. Looking to pick up win number 3 this year for him as a starter. Pearl deals, finds the bottom of the zone, and striking out looking is Tommy Bach. Pearl, his second K of the game. And here comes Trey Cahill, who already has an error to his name, which really got the scoring party started, I believe, for the Rams.
Yeah, he misplayed a double play ball by Balkan earlier in the first inning. And now with Tristan, the only concern I'd have with Tristan, and it doesn't look like he has it as he's throwing strikes, is when a pitcher sits for a good amount of time and his offense is scoring a lot of runs. Sometimes it's tough to get back in that rhythm, but it looks like Tristan's just going.
That one in the dirt, though, so count even up to 1-1 to Trey Cahill. McDonald will go back to the bullpen for Darien, so we could see him in the bottom of the second. A strike finds the outside wall, and down 1-2 is Cahill. Teddy Lyard up next for Darien. Pearl looking for strikeout number 3. Here he is on the 1-2. That one in the dirt and outside. Gets a little windy here for Meade on a beautiful 66-degree day. 2-2. Pearl winds up. This one, a shot to Benevento, not much. Easy toss to first, and they get the out on the ground out to second. Cahill will go back to the dugout, and here comes Teddy Lyard with his team down 7-0, looking to provide something. Already 2 outs here in the bottom of the second for Darien.
Must be a wake-up call for Darien. I mean, they had a pretty easy game yesterday against Harding at home. Took care of business 20-2, and now they come in here giving up 7 in the first inning. Definitely two different environments, 2 different teams that they're playing.
Actually, this is not Teddy Lyard. This is who should be the 8th man in the order. Maybe I read it wrong. It's Ryan Yusko, the catcher, number 11, who's batting. He goes down on 1 on a count as he fouls it back.
Coach Mike Scott give you the wrong order, Ian?
Yeah. Unless, it was Trey Cahill. Teddy Lyard should be next. But, hey, things change on the fly, especially when you're down 7-0.
I remember a few years ago the Mets batted out of order.
Oh, let's not compare. You know, he did play a little bit in the pros. Mike
Single
Scott.
A.
Single A. Mike Scott played single A, actually. He was drafted in the 23rd round of the Detroit Tigers back in 2001. Former Darien high school player back in his day as Yusko puts this one in the left center, and it's caught. In the left field, by Andrew Rashad. 3 up, 3 down. And that one, the fly out to left field from Ryan Yusko. Well, it's been quick for Darien offensively. The offense not potent. We'll go back to the bottom of the second in just a few moments. New Canaan up 7-0. Looking to add more. We'll be back in just a few seconds. Bottom of the second here from Meade Park. Ian Nicholas, Dylan Pescatore, and the rest of the NCTV crew bringing you the live action on this baseball game. If you like what you see, make sure you like and subscribe for more. Coach Bloss has to love what he sees right now. His team up 7-0 now in the bottom of the second. Senior captain Cleat Wheeler will lead off this inning, and a new pitcher in for the Blue Wave after a rough first inning and only inning for Carson Drake. It will be Adam McDonald, the junior. Wheeler was hit by pitch and scored a run. In the top of the first, and this one sky high to left field. Could Wheeler hit a bomb? He does! Cleat Wheeler with the homer to left field. The solo homer will score another run for New Canaan on their third hit of the day. Dylan, your thoughts?
Incredible. That was an absolute shot, like you said, Ian. They're holding up the sign back there. The fence right there is 360, and he hit that well over the fence. So, just adding and stat padding onto the score.
Cleat Wheeler scores his second run of the day, but that one much more exciting than the first. And the Rams go up 8-0. In the words of Cleat Wheeler, let's go. The scoring party still continues. Jack O'Donnell up the bat. This one grounded to the pitcher, and McDonald will easily toss that one over to first base where Drugi makes the play. One out for New Canaan. O'Donnell, the ground out to the pitcher. Andrew Rashad up the bat now, who also scored a run in that first inning. It is tough to hit homers here at Meade. That was pretty impressive from Cleat Wheeler. He's one of the few players on his team who can really put it over the fence.
Yeah, and it's not like a big man or Darien where really there's a few short fences in left field. They could really just pop one over. He got all of that one from McDonald. You just come into this game, it's 7-0, and you're just trying to do your job and mop up, and a kid takes you deep. It's not the best feeling.
No.
I haven't felt it personally, but, people who have, no.
Well, you'll be pitching once again in the Summer League, Dylan. Good to know.
Yeah, try not to skip the home runs, Ian.
Try not to. Rashad up 2-0 in the count. One out after the ground out from O'Donnell. McDonald deals. Rashad checks the swing. Outside, Rashad goes up. No, excuse me. He is going to take the strike there. 2-1 count. Youth Day, and the youth here in New Canaan have a lot to be happy to see. They want to continue playing baseball. McDonald deals that one right in the middle of the zone. Rashad did not swing at it. Evens out the count at 2-2. On deck for New Canaan, number 7, senior captain Henry Cannon, who was also, I believe, hit by pitch. Hard to keep track.
So the official line on Drake, if I can give it to you with 2 outs now, is going to be
sure
1 inning, 7 runs, about 6 earned because we had that 1 error by Cahill at second base. Only 2 hits, so that's a positive. And then 2 errors, of course, and 3 hit by pitches and 1 walk. So
you would think the stats are a little misleading, but in reality,
no, not misleading.
No.
Just 1 error. He didn't really give his defense a chance because he kept putting players on base. And when you put players on base, whether it be by hit by pitch or walk, it just sets yourself up for failure.
Cannon up 1-0 in the count. Checks his swing. McDonald, who's already given up a run, the homer to Cleat Wheeler. But now he's got 2 outs. A strikeout. Rashad struck out looking as that one can't find the outside corner. He'll go up 2-0 in the count. Meanwhile, New Canaan has already sent number 24, junior Ian Waring, to the bullpen. So Tristan Pearl's day could be done rather quickly.
So what I think they're going to do here is Tristan, I don't know his exact pitch count. I'd have to get that from one of the team members.
Yep.
But they might be taking him out early. I don't think they will, but just seeing Ian in the bullpen, that's the thought that I have. Might take him out early just to keep his pitch count down, see if he can pitch Friday against Wilton. So he'll give himself a day tomorrow to rest and, with the pitching rules and the pitch count. So maybe he could come in on the bullpen on Friday, or he'll be saved enough for Central on Saturday. And then, of course, playoff comes around. So he wants to keep his number 1 pitcher rested. And, pitching an 8-0 game isn't really going to help him.
McDonald deals. Cannon swings and
fouls.
Tips it downward. So full count for Henry Cannon. He scored a run as well, as did 7 of the 9 players of the New Canaan order in the bottom of the first. Senior captain and lefty working up against Adam McDonald here, the junior pitcher for Darien. Swinging, missing, striking out. McDonald giving up the home run, but finishing the inning strong, picking up a pair of Ks up against Cannon. and Rashad. We'll head to the top of the third in just a few. Tristan Pearl still on the mound for the Rams. New Canaan extending their lead 8-0 off the solo home run from Cleat Wheeler. We'll be back in a second. Back here from the top of the third, Ian Nicholas, Dylan Pescatore, the rest of the NCTV crew bringing you the live action. Darien now at the bottom of the order. It's Captain Carson Kelly, the right fielder and senior, batting lefty. Pearl deals to Kelly, who takes strike one and goes down 0-1 in the count. Darien has been struggling offensively, and it might not be Pearl, but it's also their batters have not found any momentum at the plate either.
Yeah, it's really tough coming into a game, and you had one half inning where you went down 1-2-3 in the top of the first, and then when you get up again, it's about 30 minutes later and you're down 7-0. So it doesn't really give the hitters much momentum, but the only message you can really tell your guys if you're Coach Mike Sott is put the ball in play and, chip away at the lead.
1-1. This one popped up over Pearl. Wheeler on the move, makes the play, and gets the out to Henry Cannon. So that one pops up in front of Wheeler, makes the play, and heading back to the dugout will be Kelly. So back to the top of the order here for Darien. Leadoff man, number 10, Jake Horowitz, who I believe flew out or lined out, excuse me.
Lined out to Benevento.
Lined out right to Benevento. So he checks his swing there, takes a strike. He'll go down 0-1.
Pearl's doing exactly what he has to do. Throw strikes, keep the ball in the zone, and, either strike out the guy or make him put it in play. No walks, no free passes.
Horowitz gets out of the way of that one on the ball, evened up at 1-1. Pearl stares down rampant, no runners on base, one out. He deals. Horowitz beams this one to left center. Rashad and Balkin running after it, and it is going to be a double for Jake Horowitz, maybe even a triple, trying to get it in. He slides, and he's out.
Woof.
Indeed.
What a relay throw. What a play by New Canaan. Very greedy by Horowitz. You can't make the last out of the inning at third base. That's the cardinal rule of baseball, especially when you're down 8-0 in the third inning. And now he's made the second out of the inning at third base, especially after that bomb that he hit. You got to stay at second. You can't be aggressive, especially in that situation. And New Canaan had a perfect relay throw. It went from center fielder Balkin to shortstop Wheeler to J.O.D. at third base.
Well put, Dylan. That one, a bomb over Rashad and Balkin as a swing and a miss from Andre Briganti. You thought he had an easy double. He did. And he tried to go for three and failed.
Can't be aggressive, and it's not on Horowitz because the third base coach was actually calling for him to go to three, which doesn't have much thinking behind it. I would say. I mean, you got to just know your situation. You got to know what the score is. You got to know, can he have three automatically? Is an automatic triple? No. So just not very smart there.
Briganti puts it up to right field. Easy catch for Danny Rogers, and after two tough blows for Darien, top of the third, it's over. In a flash, more mistakes for the Blue Wave as they still trail 8-0 on the controversial base running call. Horowitz getting out at third. We'll bring you to the bottom of third in just a few moments. We'll see you then. Bottom of the third here from Meade Park and New Canaan, and Luke Hickey back up at the plate for the Rams, the 8th man in the order. The junior DH hit a 3-run double down the left field line. A little bit lucky as the ball ended up in the trees, and the Darien fielders had a tough one getting it in, and 3 senior captains for New Canaan scored off that hit from Hickey. Rams up 8-0, and this is the second inning for pitcher Adam McDonald, who already has 2 strikeouts. McDonald deals, Hickey swings, misses, and he'll go down 0-1.
Throughout the season, the only concern with the lineup that you'd have is the bottom, 3 or so of the order haven't really been producing much. Coach Bloss has been switching up. You can see Mayos there. You see Generalis has been in there. Pick your poison, whichever player has been, slotted into that 7, 8, 9 hole. And they really haven't contributed yet. So when you have a team rolling and 1 through 9 are, putting the ball in play and having good at-bats, that's when your team's hot. Right now, New Canaan doesn't have that bottom third, but it's really nice to see Hickey get started today.
Hickey will swing and miss, though, so he'll drop 1-2 in the count. Danny Rogers, as you mentioned, bottom of the order. He is the 9th man for New Canaan. He's on deck. Again, down 1-2 is Hickey. McDonald deals, and striking out swinging will be Hickey. Dropping third for a moment, but picking it right back up and tagging Hickey is the catcher, Ryan Yusko. So the Blue Wave get their first out at the bottom of the third. Here's Danny Rogers up to bat. Coach Anthony Bloss, a 13-19 record over 2 years as the head coach for New Canaan. Looks well on his way to picking up win number 14 as the head man here. And it would be one of the program's bigger victories in the last 2 seasons. That pitch outside. Rogers sits on it and gets a ball 1 up.
Ian, I think like you've said that phrase a few times this year, biggest victories in program
history.
History. A lot of history going on this year. Big win against Trumbull, competed with a few of the top teams in the FCAC, and we know that a matchup against, a Ward team, a Staples team, another Trumbull matchup could be coming as FCACs come up, and you have some more information on when that is.
Yep, the first game of FCACs will be next Friday. As that pitch in the dirt, Rogers checks his swing. He's up 2-1 in the count. But the first round of FCACs is next Friday. We will have the live stream as New Canaan will look to host a game. Rogers lines this one of a shortstop or second base, He tries to beat it out at first. He does not.
He does.
He does.
Error there.
Error. New Canaan bench covering up my view a little bit, but Rogers lines that one out, gets the base hit. New Canaan gets there. I believe they're, no, not a hit, but an error. So Rogers gets on base off the error from the second baseman, Briganti. So New Canaan back up to the top of the order for the 3rd time today. Here is Alex Benevento. McDonald deals. Benevento sits on pitch 1 and gets the ball. Goes up 1-0.
Yeah, I think I've seen with a lot of Darien pitchers that has really put them in a position to fail is they're not getting the first pitch strike over. I remember, we talked about what was his name? What was the Greenwich pitcher's name last game, Ian?
You're putting me on a test here. It wasn't Langhorn.
It was Tommy, and we'll just leave him at that. Tommy. He pitched very well. He went 6 innings, and what he did was he threw a lot of first pitch strikes. He wasn't walking a lot of batters.
No.
Put the ball in the strike zone, and that's not really something that the Darien pitchers have done a lot.
2-0 count to Alex Benevento. He sits on another one. Rogers still on first. Benevento in the driver's seat, up 3-0 in the count. Matt Balkin on deck for New Canaan. Tommy Healy is the pitcher you were alluding to, who threw a really strong game against New Canaan through 6 innings before Miles Langhorn, the Vanderbilt commit, closed it out. Benevento moves out of the way, and it's 3-1 in the count now. It was not 3-0 earlier, it was 2-1, and now he's up 3-1. Rogers still on first. McDonald looks back at first. Communicates with Yusko. McDonald winds up. Benevento puts it up to left field. Tracking it and not getting there. It's the left fielder Laird. Danny Rogers on in the move to third. The throw off target Rogers gets there safely, and it's going to be a double for Alex Benevento.
Yeah, he put a charge into that one. A lot of people were looking. He was going very close to the wall, and Laird just didn't track it all the way back. Maybe the crowd over there in left field maybe got to him a little bit, and it went over his head. So another great position for the Rams to put 2 more up on the board, and we know that the mercy rule, rule is 10-0 after 5. So if they can drive in 2 more, there you go. There's double digits.
Quick and beautiful day from Meade Park. Runners on second and third. Can Matt Balkin do more damage to the Darien Blue Wave? The lefty batter sits on pitch 1, takes a ball, can't find the outside corner. McDonald looking to avoid giving up his second run in his second inning.
Balkin has reached base twice.
Yep.
He reached on the error in the first inning by Cahill, and then he had a nice single to left field.
That one called a strike, finds the outside. Count evened up at 1-1 again. Danny Rogers on third after he after he scored off the error, or got on base off the error. And then Alex Benevento with the bomb to left field. Swinging and missing Balkin. Now down 1-2 in the count. Zach Rampant on deck. He'll get his third at bat. Only 1 out for New Canaan. Couple of big hits for the Rams today. Cleat Wheeler with the solo home run an inning ago, and then Alex Benevento nearly finding with student section on another bomb. Matt Balkin whacks this one in the shallow right field, and Danny Rogers will score. RBI from Matt Balkin, and the Rams go up 9-0 here in the bottom of the third as Alex Benevento is going to get to third base as well. Giving up his second run of the day is Adam McDonald.
I feel like we're in the situation a lot of times, first and third for Zach Rampant. It's now his third at bat in inning number 3. So that bat inning's pretty good for the Rams lineup, just putting it around a few times. And I got your big bat here, looking to drive in a run. All he has to do is put a ball in play here, because Darien, for some reason, decides that they just don't want to bring the infield in today.
Zach Rampant up to bat. Gets nicked by that one, but they won't say it's anything. Yusko didn't cover it up in time, and quickly taking advantage, Matt Balkin, who drove in the run and stole second base. So now runners on second and third for Zach Rampant as he's up 1-0 in the count.
Yeah, so it takes away the double play, and now 2 runners in scoring position again. A single scores 2, especially with Balkin's speed.
And only 1 out for New Canaan, so Rampant can really let it loose. That ball in the dirt, Yusko has to go back to retrieve it. Benevento didn't get too frisky over on third. Stays on third, I should say.
Some smart base running in. We haven't seen a lot of that today.
Well, not from one team.
Not from one team.
Rampant up 2-0. Yusko catching. McDonald throws a ball far outside. They are really not giving Rampant anything he can swing at right now.
I wouldn't do it either. I'd rather take on Wheeler, who took McDonald deep earlier. I'm kind of excited to see.
Situation.
I'm excited to see if Rampant walks. Cleat's coming up with the bases loaded. Anything could happen.
McDonald deals with 3-0. Rampant, he's going to put this one up, and it's foul in the trees in left field.
Not many swing 3-0, but when you're Zach Rampant and Coach Bloss knows your talent, and you have the quote of him being the 3-hitter this year and next year, I feel like he won't be that mad at him swinging 3-0. Maybe another player in the lineup swings 3-0 he's going to get a little bit of talking to. Don't think Zach's going to.
The umpire coming over to the New Canaan dugout, telling some of their players to back up a little bit while they take their practice swings. You mentioned Coach Bloss's quote about Zach Rampant. He gets good swings. No at-bat is taken off. No at-bat is sacrificed. He goes up there and he has a plan. Let's see what his plan is here as he's up 3-1. He'll walk.
Pretty good plan.
Pretty good plan. Works for a lot of guys as he hauls over to first base. Daps up first base coach Michael Tisha. The base is loaded for the 3rd time today for New Canaan, and for the first time with Adam McDonald pitching. The dugout coming alive for the Rams as Cleat Wheeler, who just hit the home run to left field, is looking to do more with the bases now loaded, and the Rams up 9-0. McDonald deals. Wheeler takes a strike. Goes down 0-1.
Yeah, first batter that McDonald faces was Wheeler. He let up a home run and then got out of the inning, but this inning not so much.
McDonald deals on the 0-1, drops in a ball. can't find the top of the zone. Evened up at 1-1. Benevento on third, Balkan on second, who drove in the run for Danny Rogers, and Zach Rampin on first. Balkan 2 base hits today. He's had a good one. McDonald takes his time, steps off the mound, pops right back up. Wheeler, 1-1 count. McDonald deals. Wheeler gets nicked by that one, but they won't say it's really that much. As he got out of the way, lunging forward, he's up 2-1 in a count.
I think he said that he wants to hit rather than accept the hit by pitch.
You can do that?
I don't think so, Ian.
Why would you say that?
But,
you're supposed to be the baseball analyst.
9-0, I've never seen it before, but I think the ump just wants to see what happens, and I do too.
Wheeler swings and misses. That's what happens next. The count even up at 2-2. 1 out for New Canaan. Jack O'Donnell, another senior captain, on deck.
I believe the ump just didn't believe that it really hit him, so.
That's what it is. 2-2 to Wheeler as he whacks this one to left field. It's going to dribble to the left fielder Laird. It will score Alex Benevento, and it will also score Matt Balkan. So the 2-run single for Cleat Wheeler. Have yourself a day. The future BYU Cougar.
Three RBIs now for Cleat on the day. Drove in Balkan and Benevento with a nice single left. Kept it simple, just put in the outfield. And Coach Plus knew that Laird's arm isn't too great, so he could send Balkan with no problem.
Rampin also moves over to second base. Here's Jack O'Donnell, still only 1 out, as Mr. Adam McDonald has now given up his second and third runs on the game since coming in for relief of Carson Drake in the bottom of the second. Here's Jack O'Donnell at the plate. He goes up 1-0. He scored a run in this one, just like many New Canaan players have. Looks like a timeout was called by McDonald, as it looks like he was halfway to throwing it back to second.
Yeah, just checking on the runner.
Checking in too much. O'Donnell up 1-0. McDonald looks back at second. Throws in the dirt. Yusko going to cover it up. Rampin does not try to nab third. Rampin at second. Wheeler at first after hitting the 2-run single. McDonald looking to just recompose himself right now. O'Donnell up 2-0 in the count. Looks back at second. Now deals. O'Donnell sits on it, and it's called a strike. 2-1. As you mentioned, New Canaan's upcoming schedule, they will host Wilton on Friday on Senior Day, which should be a great game between two teams in the middle of the FCIAC East Division jockeying for positioning, and then they're at Bridgeport Central on Saturday. McDonald deals on the 2-1. Now make it 2-2 as that pitch finds the inside of his zone.
I mean, is that their last game of the season?
No, it is not. They will play 2 more games next week, I believe, and their next game is at West Hill on Wednesday. Regular season ends on Wednesday for both teams. McDonald deals. Looks to strike out O'Donnell as Yusko drops third.
Runner on first base.
But they're going to say runner on first base, so he cannot advance. So it will be O'Donnell who strikes out, swinging. It will be McDonald's third K, if I'm not sure. Second or third of the game for him. Looking to keep New Canaan at bay and hold them to only 3 runs here in the bottom of the third. Andrew Rashad the bat with 2 outs for New Canaan. Rampin tries to steal third, sliding in and getting there. He knows he had it. McDonald tried to get it over to number 37, Tommy Bach. Not in time. Rampin uses the wheels, gets to third. And Wheeler now also on second. Andrew Rashad hasn't even seen a pitch yet. As Darien warms up another pitcher in the bullpen. We'll tell you about that in a second. As Rashad swings and misses that one a bit low on strike 1. That will be...
Not on the roster.
Wait, hold on.
Check Mike Scott roster.
Luckily, Coach Mike Scott gave me a second roster before the game.
Nope.
And number 23 isn't on that one either. So number 23 warming up in the bullpen for Darien. Rashad.
Maybe we'll create a name for him.
No, don't. You know, we brought you back from college to
Maybe
be a
we'll
professional.
meet like Tommy.
We already have a Tommy. We have Bach on third. That one drops in the bottom of the zone, and Rashad strikes out looking. That will end 3 innings here from New Canaan. It's all Rams. Now up to 6 hits on the game and 11 runs scored. Cleat Wheeler and Matt Balkin have been stars for the Rams, showing up on Youth Day. We'll be back at the top of the 4th. Here in the top of the 4th, Ian Nicholas, Dylan Pescatore, and the rest of the NCTV crew bringing you the live action. As this one popped up, looks like somebody will make the play on it. Matt Balkin coming in from center field, and now diving and making the play is Alex Benevento. That one a little harder than it should have been, but they still get the out. And flying out there, number 9, Frank Drugi. Third man in the order for Darien. So now they will go to the man who started this game on the mound but was pulled from McDonald after 1 inning, Carson Drake. Benny makes the play. Alex Benevento, that is, coming over from second base in shallow center field. Here's Drake to pitch. To hit. He already pitched. He takes a strike. And another pitcher in the bullpen already for the Blue Wave. Now their 3rd pitcher potentially on the game. It is the junior, Brady Campbell.
Yep, got his name.
This one over to second base. Alex Benevento, easy throw. Benevento starring defensively here in the top of the 4th. As grounding out to second is Carson Drake. It has not been his day.
Yeah, and I got a little teaser for you. So we know the rules is 5 innings, 10 runs for the mercy rule. It's currently 11-0 in the top of the 4th inning. So Darien still playing without 4 outs. But Tristan Pearl is throwing. Perfect game. No walks, no hits. No 1 hit by pitch. So I'm sorry, 1 hit by pitch, no hitter.
Well, those are more common in today's game. Maybe,
you're right.
Yeah.
We've had about 5 in the majors this year.
Tommy Bach takes the ball. Goes up, I believe, 2-0 in the count.
But an overall good start from Pearl, no matter if he gets a no-hitter or not, just because, you know, after losing 2 in a row to McMahon and to Greenwich, you want a good start from your starting pitcher. You want to set the tone, and the offense did its job, and Tristan's doing his.
And a big game for him, too. He got 2 wins to start his season as a starter. He's dropped his last 2 games up against Fairfield Ward and McMahon, so probably a really big game for his confidence as Bach is up 3-1 with 2 outs for Darien. Pearl deals, and Bach strikes out. No, excuse me, the count wrong on the scoreboard here, so now it's full at 3-2. I was going to say striking out, looking. Pearl deals in the full count. Bach lasers it to left field. Rashad on the move, hits the wall. Bach looking to go to second. He hesitates. He's only going to get a single out of that one.
Great
Rashad
play by Rashad.
was on that one.
That went all the way to the fencing, and that landed at the base of the
fence.
fence.
Yeah.
Very nice shot there from Bach. Sadly, I jinxed the no-hitter.
You did.
But overall, as I said, very good start from Pearl. And now he's just looking to get out of this fourth inning. But very good play by Rashad. Got the ball, got it in quick, and held Bach to a long single.
Trey Cahill, the left fielder, up the bat here. Righty. This one right to Pearl. And the inning is over. Lines out right there. And Cahill, number 25, with a line out. Well, the inning is over. Did give up the bomb to left field, but no harm, no foul. We could see Brady Campbell on the mound up next here, or will it be Adam McDonald? We'll see. We'll be right back in a moment from the bottom of the fourth, where indeed it looks like it will be Brady Campbell pitching for Darien. Bottom of the fourth here from Mead Park. Ian Nicholas, Dylan Pescatore, and the rest of the NCTV crew bring you the live action of this FCAC baseball game between arch rivals New Canaan and Darien. And it's been all New Canaan. 11-0 here in the bottom of the fourth. And a new pitcher on the mound for Darien. It's the junior, number 23, Brady Campbell, who will be pitching to Henry Cannon. And he delivers a strike. So Cannon goes down 0-1. Rivalry day here in the FCAC, a big matchup to watch in Norwalk. Norwalk matched up against Brian McMahon, and also Bridgeport Central playing their crosstown rival in Harding. So a fun day for FCAC baseball. Finding the bottom of the zone on Cannon as he goes down 0-2.
Yeah, a little preview of the 16 seed matchup in that Bridgeport Central and Harding game. They will be battling for the 16 seed.
Both teams are winless right now, so
someone's got to
walk home with a winner.
Unless we have a tie.
Can't do that in baseball, Dylan. I thought you know that.
I don't know the FCAC rules, Ian.
You know, played in the FCAC.
Maybe Rob Manfred's the new commissioner of this. He'll put whatever rule he wants.
Cannon fouls it off the top of the backstop. Stays alive on the 0-2 count. Campbell deals. Cannon swings. Dropping third. Cannon running. And will he get there? No. But A for effort from Henry Cannon as Yusko drops third, but makes the play to get the out at first to Drugi.
Yeah, Henry's had a tough day. I think that one of the only players in the 9-man order for New Canaan, and he's gone down twice to the strikeout, both against lefties, of course. So unlucky for him that he has to face the lefty pitchers. But good effort for him to notice the drop third and give it all his effort to get to first. Just on time.
Here's Luke Hickey, who scored 3 runs for the Rams off a single in the top of the first. DH for New Canaan today, batting 8th in the order. Campbell looking to pick up strikeout number 2 on the game. Throws a ball there, so Hickey goes up 1-0. Campbell, the lefty, deals that one in the dirt. Hickey now up 2-0. Junior on junior matchup. Danny Rogers, bottom man in the order of a sophomore, brought up from JV earlier this season, on deck. Only 2 underclassmen on this entire varsity roster as Hickey swings and misses. Still up 2-1. Alex Benevento, the leadoff hitter, and the freshman, and Luke Hickey, and Danny Rogers, the sophomore. Good freshman class coming in, though, so program's got a bright future under second-year coach Anthony Bloss. High, and Hickey takes another ball, goes up 3-1. Here in the bottom of the 4th, 1 out. No runners on base for the Rams. They've gotten comfortable out there, though. Brady Campbell is coming for relief of Adam McDonald. Hickey checks his swing and walks.
Strike.
Oh, excuse me. He thought he walked. He dropped the bat. Not only my fault.
No, not at all, Ian. I mean, when the score's like, is what it is. I wouldn't say the umpire's zone at a 0-0 game is the same as an 11-0 game.
Yeah.
It just is what it is.
3-2 count now full for Luke Hickey. Campbell takes his time. Winds up. Hickey now will walk. And here comes Rogers. Meanwhile, Darien will play their 3rd straight game tomorrow. They played Harding yesterday, New Canaan today, and they'll play Bridgeport Central on the road tomorrow at 4:30.
Very tough place to play.
Campbell on the mound as Rogers takes a strike, goes down 0-1. Lefty on lefty action again.
And that's might have why, Coach Scott left Drake in for a good amount of time in that first inning instead of taking him out. He thought he could get through it. And their pitching depth is going to be tested throughout yesterday, today. And, this is their 3rd pitcher today in Campbell.
Yep.
I believe he, either changed his number or got brought up from JV, so a little bit of a younger player. But definitely going to test their depth as they have to, pitch 7 more innings tomorrow.
Hickey on first. Rogers 1-1 in the count after the ball thrown from Brady Campbell. Rogers takes another ball here outside and in the dirt from Campbell. So officially, Adam McDonald gave up 4 runs in his 2 innings in relief of Carson Drake. All of them earned runs.
And 3 of them drive in by Cleat Wheeler.
The home run and then the 2-run double.
Single.
2-run single. Again, the umpire saying that the players on the New Canaan dugout need to retreat more to the dugout, too close to the backstop itself. And Coach Bloss also telling his players to get back. Heck, they're excited. It's a great game for one team. Rogers still 2-2, and now full once again. 2nd straight batter that Brady Campbell has kept to a full count. New Canaan looking for hit number 7 on the day. Meanwhile, Darien just 1 hit and 3 errors. Rogers fouls it off the top of the backstop, so this long at back gets even longer. Alex Benevento will bring the Rams back up to the top of the order as he is on deck. Still only 1 out. Campbell deals, and Rogers strikes out swinging. Alex Benevento up next. Luke Hickey still at first. And Just a little bit of a career overview on Coach Mike Scott. This year, not a great year for the program, but he's one of the top coaches in the league. 2014 FCAC Baseball Coach of the Year, 2018 Fairfield County Sports Person of the Year after defeating Staples in the FCAC Championship game that season. Former Darien High School student and star player. Went on to play in college at both Providence and UConn. Great player he was back in the day, and as we mentioned, drafted to the Detroit Tigers back in 2001, where he played 2 years of single-A ball. So he leads great programs, 4 straight seasons of double-digit wins for Darien before this season, where they've fallen flat and will drop to 2-11 after this game. 1-1 count to Alex Benevento now. Team lost 8 seniors last year to graduation and 8 the year before, so heavy losses. As Benevento swings, misses, goes down 1-2 as we are here in the waning moments of the 4th inning.
Darien will have their last licks after the 3rd out is made.
Campbell
at least put up 2 runs.
Campbell looking for his 2nd straight K. Benevento ducks out of the way. Yusko guns like he's going to throw it to first, does not. Hickey stays there. He walked. Evens out the count at 2-2 to Alex Benevento. Brady Campbell deals. Benevento strikes out swinging, and that will end the 4th inning. The first inning for Darien all game, but they didn't give up a run. So some improvement with Brady Campbell on the mound. We'll see you at the top of the 5th. But this game could be closing shortly if Darien can't put up some runs. We'll see you soon. Top of the 5th inning here from Meade Park. Ian Nicholas, Dylan Pescatore, and the rest of the NCTV crew bringing you the live action. Tristan Pearl has pitched 4 innings of no-run baseball, only giving up 1 hit. Teddy Laird up to bat, the left fielder. We're going to change the fortunes of the Blue Wave. Pearl deals. Laird takes strike 1.
So if Tristan gets 3 outs before Darien scores 2 runs, it will be a mercy rule. You can also...
Let's see what Laird does here, though. Left center, and this is a bomb from Teddy Laird as he runs to second. Andrew Rashad looks to cover it up, gets it back in the infield at the double for Teddy Laird.
Third base coach learned from his lesson there, kept Teddy at second base when earlier in the game, Horowitz had that nice shot to left field and took third and was gunned down, so played it safe.
So a pinch hitter in the game for Darien. It's going to be Maximus Racanelli, the senior and righty batter, who will come in and pinch hit for Jake Horowitz. The leadoff hitter, double, just smashed into left center by one of the bottom men in the order, Racanelli. Excuse me, Laird is actually pinch hitting for Yusko, the 8th man in the order.
Laird just hit the double.
Excuse me. Racanelli is pinch hitting for the 8th man in the order. Yusko, the catcher. Racanelli goes down 0-1. Pearl looks back at second where Laird is. And Laird takes a strike and is now down 0-2 with a runner on second. Pearl looking for yet another strikeout. He's got multiple. Looks back at second. Now deals. and never really got his footing. Rampant drops third. He's got a laser on that right arm, though, and no problem to get the out at first, as striking out will be Racanelli. So here is number 7, another pinch hitter, and another senior, Lawson Reeser.
Very good play there by Zach, just to look the runner back to second base. That let him go to third and got the out at first. So 2 more outs to go.
Nearly hit by pitch. Are they going to say he is? Yes, they are. He drops the bat and he walks to first.
Batter didn't think so. The ump did. So
hey, bailing him out. Lawson Reeser pinch hits and walks away.
Easiest at bat I've ever seen.
Here comes the leadoff man. Top of the order here is Jake Horowitz after Darien pinch hits the last 2 men in the order.
Getting some other players in the lineup. They have a very big roster.
They do.
Give everyone some playing time in this 11-0 game.
Horowitz checks his swing. 1 out for Darien. 2 runners on base. They need 2 runs here in the top of the 5th to keep it a ball game. Horowitz swings, misses, goes down 0-2. Looking for the strikeout. Coach Bloss preaching for Pearl to throw his best here. Trying to get strike number 3 against Jake Horowitz. Horowitz with a bomb to center field. Balkin looking to track it down, and he does, but it looks like this is going to score 1, if not 2, for Darien. As they try to get it in, there's 1 run, and it will score just 1. So scoring off the double will be number 18, Teddy Laird. Darien, they score their first run on the game. And with runners on second and third, they have a chance to stay alive in this game and not get mercied. Here comes number 2, Andre Briganti, the center fielder and senior captain batting righty.
Yeah, you got to be more careful there with Horowitz. He had a nice shot to left field earlier in the game. And, 0-2 count, you can't give him anything to hit. He's got to put that one in the dirt or put it, higher than he can hit it. So not the best pitch from Pearl, and a nice shot to right center field. Just weird base running there from Laird. He was on second base, and he kept waiting and waiting until the ball dropped, even though everyone kind of, saw that it was going to be a nice double in the gap. So that might have stopped Darien from scoring that second run.
Briganti down 0-2 in the count. 1 out for Darien as they just got their 3rd hit on the game and their first run off the 1-run double from their leadoff man, Jake Horowitz. Here's the pitch from Pearl. Fouling it back is Briganti. Horowitz will continue his athletics career next year at one of the top universities in the nation, the University of Chicago. Not in baseball, though. He's committed to play football there, and he might try out for the baseball team. Horowitz showing off his stuff there on the double. Pearl deals. This one, third base. O'Donnell makes the play, hesitates. Bad throw to Rampant. Bit of problems. Rampant dives, and a run scores for the Blue Wave. And that was an ugly one. A tough throw from O'Donnell, scoring for Darien. Number 7, Lawson Reeser, who pinched hit. In this game, it will continue.
Yeah, it was a weird play there. Jody kind of waited there with the ball in the ground ball. He had a good idea to go home. Should have just threw it to Zach at the start, not even just wait for it, because then the runner has to go back to third. Just a weird play there. And now down to a 9-run lead.
Good base running from Reeser to run through the confusion of O'Donnell and Rampant. Rampant doing his best to get that crazy throw. So runners on first and second after the base hit from Andre Briganti. Down 0-1 in the count is number 9, Frank Drugi, the first baseman and senior. So Darien will not get mercy ruled after putting up 2 runs here in the top of the 5th, as Drugi does not put it in play, bounce to his third base coach and over to Pearl.
It is still possible, of course.
It is.
New Canaan could
puts
score a
up
run
2
at
runs
the bottom.
or more.
Just 1 run would take it. 12-2.
Not great at math. Down 0-2 is Drugi. Runners on first and second. Drugi potentially hit by pitch. They're not going to say he was. Ducks out of the way. And he is still down 1-2. Pearl deals. Drugi whacks this one, and it's right through the legs of Jack O'Donnell. And this will score a run for the Blue Wave as they are finally catching fire. Rashad having some problems out there in left field. Darien scores. Number 10 comes home. Jay Korowitz hit the double that batted in Darien's first run of the game, and now scores there off the hit from Drugi. So,
that was an error. Right through the
legs of
O'Donnell. A play that he should have made. It was a average hit ground ball. He could have either thrown a second or stepped on third. I think he was just thinking of the play before he actually got the ball.
Yep.
It happens.
Here's Carson Drake, the 4-hitter in this Darien lineup and the starting pitcher today. Darien picking up their third run here in the top of the fifth to cut New Canaan's lead to 8 as Drake swings and misses, evens out the count at 1-1. Tristan Pearl, after not giving up a run through 4 innings, has now given up 3 here in the fifth. In the driver's seat is Drake, who's now up 3-1 after a couple balls thrown by Pearl. Again, runners on first and third. Darien catching fire. Will it be enough to really get back in this game, though, as Pearl throws a strike, catches the inside of the zone. Wind's picking up here a little bit from Meade. Pearl deals. Drake ducks out of the way. He will walk him for the first time today for Darien. The bases are loaded. Pitching coach Aaron Gallo as well as catcher Zach Rampin will walk up to the mound to try to settle Pearl down, as he had an excellent 4 innings to start this game, but is falling by the wayside a bit here in the fifth. We did see Ian Waring warm up earlier in the bullpen, so we could see the junior replace his fellow junior classmate in a few. But it looks like they're going to keep Pearl in. Joey Sinatra looks to get warm, however. So Waring might have just been warming up for fun earlier in the game, but it looks like the senior Joey Sinatra could come in. As another bat put on the ball, there's one out looking to get the other, and they do get the double play. Hitting that one right into the double play was Tommy Bach, the senior. So bottom of the fifth, top of the fifth is over. Coach Bloss not happy with that performance as his team gives up 3 runs, but they still have an 8-run lead as we head into the bottom of the fifth. Looking to be as perfect as possible in this rivalry game. We'll be back in a second. Bottom of the fifth here from Meade Park. Ian Nicholas, Dylan Pescatore, and the rest of the NCTV crew bringing you the live action. Matt Balkin, the 2-hitter for New Canaan, leads off here in the bottom of the fifth. Coach Anthony Bloss not happy with his team, huddling them up after giving up 3 runs in the top of the fifth, getting a little bit sloppy in the outfield. A couple errors, and the infield as well. Second inning for Brady Campbell, as he held New Canaan scoreless in the bottom of the fourth. First inning today, which Darien has kept New Canaan off the board. He delivers the ball to Matt Balkin to start off this at-bat, so Balkin will go up 1-0. Campbell deals. Balkin pops this one up to shallow center field. A lot of players are under it, and nobody makes the catch. Balkin easily gets to second base off the error in the outfield from Darien. I believe that one will go against Briganti, who tried to make the dive coming in from center field and could not.
Yeah, I think it was Briganti, and Kelly was in there as well. And great job by Balkin running it out. You know, you never know what's going to happen. A fly ball to shallow, right center field. So Balkin gets to second base, and we're a single away from a 10-run rule.
Yep.
Got the right guy up as well.
Zach Rampin. He's been walked a few times today. We know what he can do. He's one of the top hitters in the league. He's going to line this one out to left center. It's going, and it finds the gap. Balkin looks to score another run on this game. Rampin showing off the wheels as well. Balkin will score, and Rampin hits a one-run triple. And I believe
it's going to be a double because the ball got stuck in the fence. So
one run
double,
ground rule double from Zach Rampin.
Now 12-3.
One more run needed to get the Mercy Rule win in 5 full innings here from Meade Park. Here comes Cleat Wheeler, who's had himself a day, Dylan.
Yep, 3 RBIs. He did it against McDonald. Hit a home run, of course, and a 2-run single. Who is a lefty? McDonald is. Campbell, another lefty. We'll see if Cleat can do it again. And if he does, sends the youth, sends the fans, sends everyone here except the Darien players home happy.
Well said, Pesk. Zach Rampin with the shot to center field drives in the run for Matt Balkin, the 1-run ground rule double. Rampin really getting on a stat sheet for his first big play of the game hitting-wise. Hitting over 500 on the year is Rampin. And it's actually going to be Jack O'Donnell up to bat, not Cleat Wheeler.
They walked Cleat.
They walked Cleat.
I think they learned their lesson.
That was a fast walk. Even I didn't see it.
It's an automatic walking. It's called an intentional walk, so they can just,
They don't even have to throw the
Don't have to throw the ball in.
Wow.
It's efficient. Trust me. The game speed, pace of play.
Not like Barry Bonds?
No, they don't have to throw. Not when Barry Bonds was up. They had to throw the 4 balls to the catcher. Not anymore. Now they have a very nice method. It's called point to first base. The man takes first base.
Wow. Cleat Wheeler's got to feel good about himself now. O'Donnell down 0-1 in the count. To Campbell. O'Donnell hacks this one to right field, and it's caught. Running back to first, getting there, colliding, but stealing third base on the other side with Zach Rampin.
Whoa.
So it looks like Wheeler ran right into Kelly.
So
what happened there?
What happened is J.O.D. flew out to right field. It was, dying. It was going to be a single, and then the Kelly came in and made a nice catch. Cleat had to get back to first on the fly ball which he did barely. And then Zach, very smartly, stayed at second base, tagged when he saw the throw was going to first, went to third base safely, and now he's 90 feet away from scoring another run.
And putting the bow on this game, head coach Mike Scott goes out to talk to the umps to try to figure out the ruling there. Wheeler collided with the first baseman, who I believe no longer is Kelly. I believe that was Ryan Jones, the junior, number 5 over there on first base.
Yep, so Andrew Rashad will come to the plate. We got 1 out and runners on the corners.
Yep, runners on first and third. Zach Rampin, who batted in the RBI for Matt Balkin, looking to score a run of his own and end this game in 5 full innings. Coach Bloss's crew coming out with the effort he wanted them to in this inning, following a lackluster top of the 5th. And bottom of the 4th as well from them offensively. Here's Andrew Rashad working against Brady Campbell, who just gave up his first run of the game in his 2nd inning. Darien's 12th overall. New Canaan now up to 7 hits on the game.
Another mound visit.
Another mound visit from the entire defense, as well as veteran head coach Mike Scott.
think they're just going over the plan on first and third. If the runner will go, if the runner will stay, and they're going to be walking in Rashadi in another intentional walk to load the bases. I believe, yes, they will. They will bring the infield in for the first time today.
Wow.
And what they're hoping for is either a strikeout, of course, or a ground ball that an infielder can make the play and throw home because there's a force at home plate. So all the catcher has to do is catch the ball with the foot on home plate, and the runner is out.
What do you think of the decision?
I think it was a great decision. I think they should have brought the infield in the first inning when it was a little bit of a closer game, but this makes sense.
So Henry Cannon will be up next after Andrew Rashad intentionally walked. Bases are loaded. Rampant on third, Wheeler on second, Rashad on first. Henry Cannon swings and misses. 1 out.
He hasn't had a great day. I think he's 0 for 2 with 2 strikeouts and a walk. So not the greatest day for Henry, but everything goes away with positivity, and if he can put the ball in the air here to the outfield and drive in a run on a sac fly, everything will be forgotten.
Let's see if the senior captain can break his slump, as that one called a ball. Evens out the count at 1-1 to Henry Cannon. Let's see if he can break his slump and send the Rams home with another big-time win, as the Rams are well on their way to breaking their 2-game losing streak. Campbell deals. That one in the dirt. Rampant hesitates, staying at third.
Another thing, Ian, is that because they loaded the bases, and we saw this a little bit last summer, is that the pitcher has nowhere to put Cannon. If he walks him, the game's over.
It is. A lot of pressure. Cannon up 2-1 at the at-bat, and I'm sure the senior captain knows the ramifications of a potential walk. Cannon pops this one up, out of play. And right near the Darien dugout, that ball will lay. Cannon evens out the count at 2-2. Coach Boss barking orders over from third base to his senior captain. Bases loaded. 1 run away from this game being over in 5 innings with the mercy rule. Brady Campbell still on the mound for Darien, their third pitcher today, the junior. Campbell winds up, deals. Cannon pops this one up to right field.
Look at this.
To left field. It's caught. Rampant running. Will he get there? He slides. He's safe. And this game is all but over.
That was awesome. Infield was in. The shortstop was playing on the grass. He had to go back on the little blooper. Made the play, but because his momentum was taking him back, Rampant with his speed, he tagged and he scored. Really awesome play by him. Puts the 10-run deficit up on the board, 13-3 the final, and a great game by the Rams today.
Great game. Zach Rampant sealing the deal, batting in the RBI, and scoring the game-clinching run in the bottom of the 5th as the Rams mercy rule their rival, the Darien Blue Wave. Your final score here from Meade Park, 13 New Canaan, 3 Darien. I want to thank my production crew for another great job on this live stream. Eva Campbell on camera, Emily Fox producing, Dylan Pescatore hopping on the call once again. I want to thank our advisor, Roman Sobolski, our athletic director, Jay Egan. Ian Nicholas signing off. The Rams pick up one of their biggest wins in a while, and it's against their rival on Youth Day, the Darien Blue Wave. 13-3 victory as the Rams are now 8-5 on the year, and the Blue Wave now dropped to 2-11. We'll see you soon. Might have a live stream for you on Friday of boys volleyball up against Richfield, so make sure to stay tuned for that one. Have a good night, everyone.